Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Center Theatre Group presents the world premiere of David Henry Hwang and Janine Tesori's Soft Power, which is being billed as a play with a musical. It features choreography by Sam Pinkleton and is directed by Lee Silverman. And we drop by the rehearsal room to bring you a sneak peek and meet the company.
10,000 trees.
This is America. My mind is completely free. Completely.
Covering the walkways which crisscross the sea.
I think.
So green, green.
I'm really excited to do the show because it's rare that you get an all-Asian company that isn't doing a show about their otherness. And so it's really satisfying after years of doing so many shows that we have to be the other, and it's through a white person's lens that we're able to be, you know, ourselves and actually tell an American story, and through the lens of David Henry Hwang. It's just really nice to not have to portray that other that we were always asked to portray.
The first 20 to 25 minutes is a play that takes place in California in 2016, and then the show jumps 50 years into the future. And the incident that we've seen has become the source material for a beloved East-West musical in China. And it celebrates, from a Chinese point of view, the musical, how China steps in to lead the world when America collapses after the 2016 election.
I love this. What has it been like collaborating with Janine Tesori?
Well, it was always my dream when I came up with this idea, because it is a difficult one to pull off, that Janine would be the composer, because I needed someone who is not only a great composer, but almost a scholar of musical theater, who understands how the form works. And so when she agreed to do it, it was like, oh, I felt like, you know, Churchill when the Americans joined World War II.
One of the things that I've learned over the years is that you never know when something's going to succeed or fail. You never, ever know. Like, I don't know if this is going to work. I think it's a certain humility. And at the same time, until it opens, and I know that I join many creative people in that, we never stop working. It's an oil painting, and it doesn't dry for many, many years. I've learned that from the masters I've worked with. And I've also learned to have a copyist in the room, so that, because when I did a couple of film scores, and they had a copyist right there, and you would change a cue, and they would beautifully prepare it for the orchestra. And I thought, we have to do that here. So there's a copyist, and I will say, I call it painting on the cast, come over, do this, do that, so that it's, you know, you go home and you think about these things, and I prepare it, but then you put it on a singer. It's not quite, so you have to this and this. That's the great fun of it. And then we work at the piano, and then they go do it. It's like, no, come back. And that's what really, I think, keeps the room popping.
Good guy with a gun. The good guy with a gun. But that's why no American would throw away his la 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 la. That's why no American would throw away his gun. Bang.
We have the most generous and brilliant cast in the world, and it really has been a collaboration. We've created the whole thing together. The show is choreographically this like giant buffet. Lee and I always joke, it's like all of the things that I've worked very hard to not put into shows my whole life, I get to put into this show because it's this musical, this big musical. So it is a constant stream of references, and it's a constant stream of, are we being true to the heart of it? Are we pushing David Hwang's vision forward? And it's really wild.
This piece works as both a love letter to musical theater, it's also skewering musical theater, and it has this spine of searing political commentary in the center of it. And that is, I feel like, exactly the kind of art we want to be making and seeing right now.
I am excited for audiences finally to see this company of Asian American performers putting it out there. They are skilled, they are passionate, they have so much invested in this story because for them this is, and for me, this is very personal as well.
But we